Hi, I'm Dr. Vidushi from Suvi Eye Hospital, Kota, Rajasthan, and in this video we describe the management of a challenging case of a pediatric traumatic cataract. This was an 11-year-old child who got injured when he was just playing and his parents were working in a Kota stone mile near the city. He sustained facial injuries and underwent a corneal perforation repair elsewhere. When he presented to us, he had a traumatic cataract with a subconjunctival foreign body, a corneal opacity, an adherent glaucoma, and an irregular pupil. This was a white cataract. The retina was not clearly seen. However, the ultrasound of the posterior segment was within normal limits. So as you can see here, we first inject a dispersive viscoelastic into the anterior chamber. The anterior capsule is then stained under the viscoelastic using a soft shell technique, and a capsulorhexis is performed. At the same time, the iridolenticular adhesions are also released. Now, because this anterior capsule was fibrotic and was adhered to the iris as well as the corneal opacity, it had to be cut with the Vanna scissor to complete the capsular opening. Since the cataract was quite soft, a bimanual irrigation aspiration was used and the flocculent lens matter was aspirated. Once the lens matter had been cleared, it was observed that there was a thick posterior capsular plaque and posterior capsule fibrosis. So a posterior capsulorhexis was initiated. However, while doing the posterior capsulorhexis, the posterior capsule plaque came out en bloc and the visual axis was now completely clear. So as you can see here, the posterior capsulorhexis has been performed. The visual axis is clear. And then Heron 5 super cohesive viscoelastic was used to inflate the capsular fornices in preparation for implanting a hydrophilic acrylic IOL into the capsular bag. The IOL was placed in the capsular bag and the haptics were carefully dialed and positioned within the capsular fornices, taking care not to disturb the posterior capsule too much. The viscoelastic was then removed from the anterior chamber as well as from under the IOL. The iridolenticular adhesions were released. The fibrotic anterior capsule was also cut so that there would be no problem in the visual axis postoperatively. At this stage, we also injected intracameral triamcinolone to stain any vitreous that may be present in the anterior chamber. Once the triamcinolone was washed out, no vitreous strands were observed in the anterior chamber, and this injection also helps in reducing the postoperative inflammation in this child. The incisions were sealed, and then, as is a standard practice, intracameral moxifloxacin was injected into the anterior chamber. After the cataract management, the subconjunctival foreign body was removed. This was a non-metallic foreign body which had not been seen on an orbital X-ray performed on this child. This was seen to be an aluminium foil-like material which was probably used in a mine blast device during the mining. Postoperatively, the child had a clear cornea on the postoperative first day. The visual axis was clear, the unaided visual acuity was 6/9 parts, and there wasn't any significant inflammation in the anterior chamber. So to summarize, in a pediatric traumatic cataract, it is considered safe to perform a cataract IOL surgery after 4 to 6 weeks of primary repair, which is the optimum timing for performing these cases. Appropriate management has to be done for the anterior and posterior lens capsule, as these may have been injured or they may have become fibrotic and thick because of the trauma, and this has to be done thoroughly so that the visual axis is clear during the postoperative course. IOL implantation in the capsular bag is preferred wherever possible, and for this, capsular bag must be preserved and the posterior capsule must be managed very carefully. And also ensure appropriate investigations to rule out any foreign body, as many of these cases are also associated with a foreign body which may be found in unusual locations and sometimes may not be picked up on standard investigations like X-ray, so we have to be very careful to look for any foreign body in the eye or the adnexa. Thank you.